Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live stream. I know everybody and their mom is streaming this tonight, but I figured, I'll stream it as well. I remembered about it, then I forgot about it, and here we are. So, in the midst of all the Silent Hill people in the chat, welcome. There's just music playing right now, so I just have it muted, but I will pull in the sound once we get started here. I guess they're giving people enough time to jump in here. So it might start in like 5 minutes, but I figured I would say hello to King Shadow, Quentin Bauer. What's up, fellow member in the house? Good to see you, man. We got JD. Says, hope you're well, brother. Sorry I haven't been in the streams. Just having some quality family time with the wife and the daughter with some time off. No problem, man. Do your thing, JD. Hope you've been well. Angie says, was this anticipated? Yeah, they did announce this, I think, last week or late last week. So here we are now seeing what Silent Hill F is all about. The last time we saw Silent Hill F was in the transmission a year ago or so, or the transmission before that, actually, when it was announced. They said a little bit about it, but then all the focus is on Silent Hill 2 Remake. Silent Hill 2 Remake comes out. It's a success. And now this is the first sequel or next installment of Silent Hill since Downpour, which came out in, 2012? So it's been a little bit. Nick Noguera, what's going on? Caesar, what's going on? Ryan Fain, Quentin, Mads, Ryan Fain, Gwen in the house. All the members are here. Good afternoon, gamers. What's going on? Defending fandom? So not really sure what to expect. I'm really excited to see Silent Hill F because if it's anything... from what they shown, it was, very tight sealed. It didn't really show a lot or share a lot. And they said this transmission stream is all going to be about Silent Hill F specifically. So it's not going to be about any other remakes. It's not going to be about any other games. It specifically says in the description, Silent Hill F. So we're going to go and see what they got to show us. And, this is a new era of Silent Hill. I think riding the momentum of Silent Hill 2 Remake and the success that has is great. And that's the way it should be. So we're going to see what gets shown, and I'm going to react to it. And, just going to, hang out with you guys for a little bit. I'd imagine this would be probably a little bit less than an hour, give or take. So, I got a lot of stuff I've been doing all day today to get ready for working this horror convention like I normally do, but I had to get a bunch of stuff posted and done editing and all that stuff before I leave. So here we go. The timer. What happened to Silent Hill Town Hall? I have no idea. Rookie, what's going on? Lucius, what's going on? Yeah, Silent Hill F will be shown today. That's what my premiere is at, 4:36. I'm using this on a browser, so I don't know. Sometimes when you use an app, the stream is faster. Sometimes when you use a browser, it's slower. I don't know. But since I'm doing this solo, I figured it doesn't really matter if I'm a little bit behind the mainstream, but it should be caught up. What happened to Silent Hill Townfall? I'm not sure. I really don't know what's going on. I haven't really been up to date with all the Silent Hill happenings, if I'm being honest. But we'll see what happens, because like I said, this is going to be their next sequel, their next installment. First game since Silent Hill Downpour. Obviously, PT was supposed to be a Silent Hill sequel or a next installment, but then that got, canceled. And then Silent Hill was dormant for over a decade. And then we got the remake of 2. And then Bloober Team came out and said, they want to work, or Konami came out and said they want to work with Bloober Team for another installment of something. They didn't say Silent Hill specifically, but If I was a betting man, I would say it was another Silent Hill remake. So let's hope that happens. Zachy Danny says, been following you since the RE4 remake announcement trailer. Hope everything is well. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the followers and the support across the board, no matter which era of the channel you came in from. So I appreciate that. And like I said, we got 45 people in here, though, so hit that like button as you're coming in. 18 likes so far. Let's get those likes up. I know a lot of channels are streaming this right now. Horror channels, Resident Evil channels, gaming channels. So any little bit of support helps in this case. Otherwise, I would just be like, I'll just cover it later. But I figured, even though I'm really busy today into tonight, I wanted to jump on here and at least cover it because I am curious and I am excited. You know what I mean? I'm not just doing this for the sake of content. I am very curious to see what they are going to do for something like this, because again, it really has been a long time since we've gotten a sequel. RWK, what's up, man? Another member in the house. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in, guys. We got a minute and 39 seconds, 38, 37, 36. We're close. It's counting down. Very creepy sounds are playing right now. Hear that? Creepy sounds. But I'll keep it low until we start. Been watching you for years. Hello from New Zealand. Well, Joel O'Halloran, welcome. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate that. Man, New Zealand. It's like the next day over there already, right? Carlos, what's going on? Another member in the house. All the long supporting members are here. Everybody's here. So it's good to see you guys coming out. Everything's been well. And we're going to just react and see what Silent Hill F has to offer. I like how the fog is like rolling in. We are on HD, so we should be all right. 30 seconds. Hope to see gameplay, not just a CGI trailer. Me too. I hope so. I don't think Ghost in Hell, what's going on, man? I don't think it's going to be a remake. They specifically said in the description it's going to be Silent Hill F. So let's see what happens. But all right, let's pump in the music here, the sound. Let me know how that sounds. Hopefully it's not too loud. If I need to turn it up, just let me know. Let's do it.
サイレントヒルの情報をお伝えする番組サイレントヒルトランスミッションへようこそ。サイレントヒルのシリーズプロデューサーを務める岡本元井です。
岡本さんと一緒に進行を担当する吉崎千尋です。私もサイレントヒル一作目からこの世界を恐れ
Jake, what's going on from Ireland? Bombs, what's going on?
プレイヤーの一人として今回のトランスミッション非常にワクワクしています。岡本さん、本日はよろしくお願いします。
All right, they're getting right into it. I like that.
お願いします。
さあ、このトランスミッション、今回はどんな情報が伺えるんでしょうか。
はい、今回はサイレントヒル F にフォーカスしたトランスミッションとなります。このプロジェクトを発表したのが2022年
Damn, October 20. It's already been that long. That's
ファン
crazy.
の皆さんを随分お待たせしてしまいました
All
が、
right, so they're going to show us some
よ
good
うやく
stuff,
本日
hopefully.
新たな情報をお届けすることができるようになりました。
そうですね。ティザートレーラーが話題となって謎に包まれ
The
ていた
teaser was
サイレ
very
ントヒル
vague,
F の
so
この
yeah.
最新情報が
Now they're like, we're going to
ようや
answer the
くお披
questions.
露目される
What's
という
going on
わ
with
けで
this
すが、
game?
この T シャツ我々も F のロゴが入っていて
They always
岡本
launch
さんかっこいいですね。
ありがとうございます。
They're always on the
そして
merch.
私気になっていたんですけれども、私たちが今立っているこの場所も
はい、この場所もサイレントヒル F のゲーム内のロケーションの一つなんです。語りたいことは山ほどあるのですが、今日は新たなトレーラーを用意してきましたので、まずは皆さんにこちらをご覧いただければと思います。それでは
Angie,
ど
what's
うぞ。
going on? All right, so, whoa, partial nudity. Uh-oh. We're going to get flagged.
シュウ君、嘘ついてるよね。騙せてると思う？ひなこを。ひなこはね、死んだんだよ。
Okay.
ひなこはお友達といつまでも一緒にいたい。お友達は永遠じゃないのよ。
Ain't that a fact?
あなたが裏切り者と呼ばれたように。きなこ？あ、ごめん。何？天秤にかける価値があるかどうか、しっかりと判断しなさい。
It's very Japanese Silent Hill, which is what we expected. Alyssa, what's going on? Ooh. All right. I do like the Japan setting. Ooh, here we go. Oh, okay.
Hinako, いつまでここにいる気なの？自分でもおかしいと思うの。
Oh, shit.
自分がわからない感じ。
Oh, damn, she's all torn up and shit.
自分で理解できない。
To not understand your own feelings.
確かお前の夢の中ってことはないよな。
Oof.
ひなこ、もう時間がない。
Man, that I love the environments already.
あなたが生かされたと。
Oh, shit.
ここに至ってもまだ迷いがあるということなのね。あなたがそれに
Okay, she's got the pipe of doom.
も
Oh,
う尽き
man.
かけている。あなたは誰なの？さっきからなんで何もわからないふりをしているの？私はね、あんたをすぐに殺すこともできたんだよ。
I could have killed you off any time. Interesting.
奪ったな。全部私から奪ったな。
Who, in fact, took everything from her? I guess we'll find out.
それではお別れを。
Oh, not the masks. Oh,
あ
God.
なたが幸せをつかんでくれることを願っています。
Oh, shit. Her face is peeling off. Oh, man. That's unsettling. Okay, Silent Hill F, PS5, Series S. So it is coming to Xbox immediately. That's actually pretty cool. It inherits the series DNA. Okay. I do like the Japan setting. It is very different for Silent Hill, and it's all in Japanese.
対象のプラットフォームは PlayStation 5、Xbox シリーズ X。
All right, so it's coming back to Xbox, which is cool. I know Silent Hill 2 will eventually come to Xbox after the timed exclusive deal is done, but all right, more details. All right, I figured that wasn't going to be the only thing they showed.
皆さんも気になっているであろう本作のあらすじについて私からご紹介いたしましょう。清水ひな子の日常は
Living life as an ordinary teenager. That is until her town is suddenly shrouded in fog and begins to change in a horrific way. Now she must explore the town. She is no longer recognized while solving puzzles, fighting strange enemies, and doing everything she can to survive, in order to face the ultimate decision that she must take. This is a tale about a beautiful yet terrifying choice. Okay. So she's surrounded by some sort of guilt, something that's surrounding her, and all of a sudden the place is no longer what she recognizes. Heavily on Japanese themes. Okay, that's what I was going to say. Very heavy on Japanese themes. What's up, Matt Clyburn? Good to see you, man. No worries, man. Do what you got to do.
サイレントヒルシリーズの核であるサイコロジカルホラーとしての要素は残しつつも、従来の作品から一転して日本を舞台にし、和のテイストを前面に押し出した挑戦的な作品となります。
I like that though. It's different.
一つの特徴は美しさは
A lot of Japanese horror too. which of course Silent Hill always had many hints of.
恐ろしいものでもあります。プレイヤーは一人の女性の人生を通して美しくもおぞましい選択をしていくことになります。美しさと同居したおぞましさをぜひ体験していただけたらと思います。
日本ならではのホラーを追求しているというのが本当ひしひしと伝わってくるんですけれども、美しくもおぞましい選択ってどんなことが考えられるんでしょうか。
まさにそれがこの作品のコアになっていますので、美しさとおぞましさが共存する様をぜひ体験していただければと思います。
Beauty and horror themselves. Okay.
それではここからはサイレントヒル F の魅力をより深掘りしていくためにゲストの方にお越しいただきましょう。
Another guest.
今回ストーリーを担当されている
All right, we got the script writer coming in.
よろしくお願いします。
龍騎士07さんです。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
さあ岡本さん、龍騎士さんといえば日暮らしの泣く頃になど数々の作品を世に送り出されていますが、今回サイレントヒルシリーズには初参加ということで、この辺りの経緯教えてください。
日本を舞台にしたサイレントヒルを作り上げるにあたって、
Yeah, hopefully there is a release date.
エッセンスを理解しているシナリオライターの方が必要で
They
す。
wanted someone that really understands the essence of Japanese horror. Higurashi when they cry. I'm not familiar with that,
多くのユーザーが当時事件の
but I'm sure they picked him for a reason.
サイレントヒルもまた特に2がそうなんですけれども、多くのファンが考察を楽しんでいるコンテンツです。恐怖があり考察があるストーリーを書くにあたって、日暮らしを泣く頃にの龍騎士先生は
Yeah, Quentin, I agree, man.
龍騎士先生はサイレントヒルの大ファンでもあります。本作も最初のエンディングを終えた時点では多くの謎が残されますので、ぜひ楽しみにしていてください。
岡本さんありがとうございます。さあ龍騎士さん、サイレントヒルのファンというのも分かりましたし、やっぱりこの恐怖考察といえば龍騎士さんというのは我々も本当にこううなずくところなんですけれども、今回岡本さんからオファーを受けてどんな気持ちでこちら臨んでいったんでしょうか。
はい、最初はですね、何しろ有名なサイレント
I was shocked I was approached.
ということもあって、私のスタッフの方がですね、むしろいや実はシナリオと見せかけてもっと小さいお手伝いの仕事かもしれないから、ぬか喜びにならないようにね、ちょっとまだ冷静に落ち着いて待っててねみたいな。
No problem, Matt.
スタッフの方が私に気を使って。
Best of wishes to you, man. I know it's been tough for you, man, but that's what we're here for, man. Just to give you a little bit of break from reality sometimes and some entertainment. Much love, Matt.
コナミさんにお伺いしたことを覚えております。
龍騎士先生のサイレントヒル愛が本当にすごいので、私たちも安心して任せることができました。
いやこの今回サイレントヒルシリーズの完全新作ということで、やっぱり緊張して臨んだと思うんですけれども、新たなストーリーを作るにあたって意識したことがあれば教えてください。
そうですね、やっぱり一番最初に実は私もコナミさんにお伺いする直前までは、日本が舞台になるとは思わなかったんです。やはりサイレントヒルという街の名前を冠したゲームですから、やはりサイレントヒルが舞台になるだろう。
Yeah, I was going to say, a lot of people were expecting it to be in Silent Hill, and then we kept hearing it was going to be set in Japan. And here we are. Now they're really showing us.
サイレントヒルなんだろうと思ったんですけれども、じゃあ巣はサイレントヒルとは何ぞや。街の名前はついてますけど、この作品自体は一体何を描いているんだということで、それで岡本さんと随分初期の打ち合わせにサイレントヒルとは何ぞやということを随分たくさん対話を交わしたんです。でまずサイレントヒルという物語、このタイトルが持つ側面の一つは、サイレントヒルという土地が持つ記憶や物語、痛みやあるいはその土地の暗い歴史などをかたどった、そういうもちろんサイレントヒルという土地の側面、そしてもう一つは登場人物たちの心の闇とか罪とか、あるいはそういったわだかまり葛藤、そういったものを視覚的に描かれた心象世界で対峙していくという、そういう精神世界を描いたテーマ、この2つの面があったわけなんですよね。この前者でなく後者がサイレントヒルであると考えたならば、サイレントヒルは成立するんではないかと考えるに至ったわけです。
やっぱりファンならではの葛藤があって、ディスカッションがあって、今に行き着いてるんですよね。
はい。
いや他にも意識されていることがあれば教えてください。
実は私それまでのサイレントヒルを一通りやらせてきて、いつも割と女性が割と受難というか気の毒な、生まれた時から気の毒な目に遭っている女性が多かったんで、ただ 不幸な目に遭ってるだけではなく、その不幸な中でも自分なりの選択を葛藤しながら選べるような、流されるんじゃなくて自分の意思で答えを見つけれるような
Find her own
物語に
answers.
したいなという思いはありました。
いや、この選択を繰り返していって結末、そして未来を掴んでいく、まさしくサイレントヒルだなというふうに感じました。ありがとうございます。お二人の本作にかける熱い思い伝わってきました。
Yeah, I mean, he seems to be a fan. Like, he seems like he really wanted to approach it in a different way once he knew what they wanted.
こちら新しい場所に我々やってまいりましたが、こちらちょっと神社でしょうか。鳥居も見えますし、そして何よりもちょっと重々しい雰囲気がこちら漂っているわけなんですが、同時に古い日本のような印象があるんですけれども、こちらの時代設定いつなんでしょうか。
はい、サイレントヒル F は1960
1960s in
年代の
rural
日本
town
の
in
田舎町を舞台
Japan.
にしています。
Okay.
時代交渉も丁寧に行ってストーリーや舞台を作り込んでいます。
ということで、この私たちがいるこの場所、そしてトレーラーに出てきた他のシーンも非常にリアルになっているということなんですね。
はい、
ということはどのように作り上げているんでしょうか。
はい、ゲームの舞台になっている恵比寿ヶ丘という町は実際に岐阜県に存在する下呂市金山町という場所をモデルにしています。下呂市金山町に実際にスタッフが行ってそこで写真を撮ったり、音を収録したりしてですね、その現地のリアルな
So they based it off of
生活感というものを
real environments,
落とし
basically.
込んでいるという当時にそれを1960年代にコンバートして昔の資料なんかも
I
拝見
do
して
like the 1960s Japan
そこ
setting.
まで
That's really
徹底
cool.
されてるんですね。いや、こうしてみると確かに下呂市金山町の実際の場所がこのゲーム内で再現されているというのがよく分かってくるわけなんですけれども、ちなみに下呂市金山町がモデルとなった決め手、どこにあるんでしょうか。
はい、下呂市金山町の筋骨エリアを舞台にしたいと竜吉先生がおっしゃいまして、それで採用することになりました。
竜吉先生の肝入りということで
Yeah,
すが、
predates the
ちなみに
OG trilogy. That's a good
このエ
point.
リアを選んだ理由教えてください。
そうですね。
There is no
物
swords.
語を描くにあたって、
She did have a pipe, though, so the Silent Hill pipe is still there.
映像として共通認識を持ちたかったんです。
It doesn't seem like a short game, Ghost, but I guess we'll see. But I feel like this might be like a decently length Silent Hill.
今回も恵比寿ヶ丘という土地はどんなところがいいだろうということで、いろいろなところを見比べた結果、下呂市の方に足を運びまして、実際に筋骨
Yeah, definitely, Matt.
見せてもらいまして。
Very sorry for your loss, brother. Again, and I'm very happy that you can use these streams as an escape, man. We're always here for you, buddy. Kay, what's going on? Been a member for 42 months. Hello, Aunt Callie and chat at LTRE. Silent Hilaroo. Let's fucking go. So far, this looks awesome. So I like the Japan 1960s setting. And you're right, it does predate that. What's up, Rambo in the house? What's up, man? Cultural history of Japan's very rich. Exactly. That's why I think it makes her a cool. It's different, man. You can't always expect them to like do the same shit every single time. You know? I appreciate the 1945 Japan setting. They said the 60s, but you know, same thing at this point. Oh, that's cool. I like that poster right there. The imagery of the rotting world. A young girl with a steel pipe. That just sums up Silent Hill right there.
このビジュアル内のひな子を含めたキャラクターやクリーチャーのデザインはケラさんが担当されています。本日はケラさんからコメントが届いているのでご紹介いたしましょう。
Yeah, right, Rambo? Exactly.
サイレントヒルは自分に影響
Okay,
を
so this
及
is
ぼした
Kara who designed all the
シリーズです
creatures.
特にサイレントヒル2の壁の文字や音楽、クリーチャーデザインはずっと頭に残っています。日本が舞台のサイレントヒル F ですが、
Okay, so he went back to Silent Hill 2 about the messages on the walls, the music, the monster designs. So when it came to F, bringing the setting Japan, we had to come up with something that felt a little bit different, and I had to really think about how to get that feeling. The monster designs were the hardest. I had to consider everything that comes in Silent Hill before and figure out how to take this game into a different direction, but still be Silent Hill. It might not be the exact same blood-smeared scenery, and I missed the end there, but... Okay, so he basically just wanted... He wanted to honor what came before, but try something a little bit different. That's a good question, Rambo. I don't know what F stands for.
美しい上におと
Expect
な
to
しい
see Godzilla's behind all of it in the bonus ending. Exactly.
が作り上げられていると感じています。
ああ、もう岡本さんもしっかりとその点評価されているということですが、龍吉先生はご覧になっていかがですか？
いや、私も全く同じで、ただ単にグロテスクなだけならば書ける方はたくさんいらっしゃると思うんですけど、ケラさんのようにその中に独特の一本筋の通った、美しさっていうのもまた一つの偏った言い方なんですけども、独特の世界観をお持ちな先生にお願いできたというのは私もとてもありがたかったことだと思っています。
ありがとうございます。さあ、サイレントヒルといえばクリーチャーもやはり魅力的。ケラさんが他にもどんなクリーチャーをデザインしたのか、そしてそのクリーチャーには何が
Silent Hill fucked. Yeah, basically.
早く見てみたいです。今後の情報が楽し
Yeah, we all know the monsters are going to reflect the characters in some way or some kind of guilt or paranoia or something.
さらに新たな場所へとやってまいりました。皆様こちらの雰囲気伝わっていますか？我々の背後にはそうこの
Fatal Frame took place in 1980s Japan, and the atmosphere is very unsettling. Excited for this. Yeah, me too.
すごい緊張感が漂っています。さあ、ここからはもうお一方、新たなゲストをお迎えしてまいりましょう。サイレントヒルシリーズの楽曲といえばこの方。
Kiriyamaoka, he's
コンポーザー
back.
の山岡明さんです。どうぞ。
Fukushi07, was that his gamer tag? I know, I keep noticing that.
よろしくお願いします。
The OG composer, he's back.
昨年リリースのサイレントヒル2
Which is great
これま
because
でも
the soundtrack
サイレントヒル
is
シリーズ
really
で
part of that
数多くの
DNA that makes
楽
Silent
曲を
Hill.
担当されてきていますが、本作ではどのように参加されているんでしょうか？
今回は表
Literally one of the OGs that have been around since the beginning.
こちらの表世界の方の音楽を担当させていただいてます。僕も四半世紀以上にわたって
Yep, 25 years this man's been around. Gotta give him credit, man.
今回こういうオリジナル新しい作品でやれることに本当に嬉しく思ってます。
It does look like a castle from RE4. I'm expecting Salazar to come out. It looks like the castle mixed with like Japanese imagery.
どのような思い、どのような考えで取り組まれているんでしょうか？
そうですね。日本が舞台の今回
Exactly, exactly. It's some of the best.
日本が舞台っていう和っていうものをもちろんね描くんですけど、やっぱり海外のたくさんのサイレントヒルのファンに
Okay,
届けたい
so he had Japanese layers, but he still wanted to feel Silent Hill.
その分かりやすいホラーではないんですけど、ジャストホラーっていうところを注力したというか、そういったところですね。
やっぱり全世界の方に楽しんでもらうためには日本だけではダメだってことですよね。
そうですね。もちろんその世界観を表現するってことは大事なんですけど、やっぱり今回の F のストーリー、キャラクターっていうものにちょっとフォーカスして、見ればね、これは日本が舞台だっていうのは分かるというか、なんですけど、音はまた別のアプローチとして。
Okay, that's fair. He was like, I didn't want to make the music just Japanese because you can clearly tell it's in Japan. So he really wants. That's cool. He wanted to put the emotions and sound overlapping, creating that vibe. That's why he's the master, man.
紹介したい方、もう一方いらっしゃるんですよね。
はい。表世界のサウンドは山岡さんに、裏世界は稲毛健介さんに担当していただいています。
Okay. The other world was composed by somebody different.
を手掛けたベテランの方です。
さあ、本日稲毛さんからもコメントをいただいておりますので、私からご紹介させていただきます。初めてサイレントヒルシリーズの作品をプレイしたのは20年も前のこと。そんな歴史あるタイトルの最新作に関わらせていただき、大変。
Okay, in this game, the other world is known as the Dark Shrine. I've composed music for unsettling yet beautiful world that uses imagery from shrines, blending ancient Japanese court music with ambient echoes. I wove in various techniques that all connect the player to the protagonist's agony, internal conflict, fear, and other emotions. I hope you experience it for yourself in the game. Well, there you go. So he did it for the other world, and then Akira Yamaoka did it for the fog world, is what they're calling it.
岡本さん、こちらのコメントを受けていかがですか？
はい。本作のサウンドは山岡さんにオリジネーターとして参加していただいて、サイレントヒルらしい本質的な音楽を作っていただいてます。
I guess we'll see if we get a release date, guys. Fingers crossed.
いろいろと和の要素を取り入れていただいています。さらに竜騎士073作品の作曲家である大さんやさきさんにも参加していただいています。
Ryukishi07. I just can't get over that. What?
はい、私の作
Is that really his gamer tag?
いつも盛り上げてくださった音楽家さんたちなんですけども、今回の F のシナリオの中でも描写として盛り上げたいところにちょっとお二人の力を借りたくてちょっとお願いさせてもらいました。
ありがとうございます。竜騎士さんをはじめ多くのクリエイターが参加することでサイレントヒルらしさと新しい挑戦を見事に融和させているなと感じました。私もサイレントヒルの楽曲はとっても好きなので、山岡さんの参加は本当に心強いですし、安心感もあって素直にファンとしても嬉しいです。
They just keep changing locations. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm liking the vibe, the atmosphere, the setting. Find the beauty and horror through story, visuals, and sound design.
それぞれ伺ってまいりましたが、視聴者の方々もサイレントヒル F についてまだまだ気になる部分がたくさんあると思います。そこでここからはサイレントヒル F についてファンを代表して皆さんが思うであろうことを直接こちらのお三方にぶつけていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
All right, he's going to be asking some questions. What does F stand for?
ズバリなぜ
Oh, he
日
didn't ask it
本を
yet.
舞台にした
All right,
作
what made
品
him
を
decide to
開
set
発
it in
しようと
Japan?
考えたんでしょうか。
That's a good
岡本さ
question.
んお願いします。
はい。サイレントヒルは和風ホラーのエッセンスと西洋ホラーのエッセンスを融合して生み出されてきた作品だと思います。ただシリーズは長らく西洋を舞台にしてきたんですけど、日本的なエッセンスが徐々に失われていったっていうふうに感じていまして、そこで逆に和風ホラーのエッセンスを 100% にした作品を作ってみたいという気持ちが生まれてきたんです。
ということは山
So
岡
he
さん、
thought the Japanese
そのエッセン
influence
ス
was
が
fading.
失われてきたというのが一つのチャンスになったから
Interesting. They
今
thought
回の日本に
Japanese,
しようという
the
流れが
Japanese
話あった
essence
という
was
ことでいい
getting
ですか
lost in
ね。
Silent Hill. That's interesting.
そうですね。
まあ今エッセンスって本当そうで、
はい
まあこれが実はサイレントヒルらしさじゃないですけど、まあ一つのポイントにもなってて、西洋を舞台にしながらも日本のエッセンスっていうなかなかなんですかね、なかなかもう個性的なというか、これが個性にもなってると思うんで、まあ今回そのザ
I think we'll still get Silent Hill 1 remake.
今までのサイレントヒルとは違うけど新しい作品なのかなと思います。
Yeah, I think it makes it
やっぱ
fresh.
りこの
That's
歴史ある
interesting to
ゲ
hear
ーム
them
だ
say
からこ
that.
そユーザーと共に作り上げてきたからこそ、エッセンスが変わってきたという瞬間があったんでしょうか。
そうですね。サイレントヒル非常にたくさんの作品を出してきたんですけれども、その過程においてやはり徐々になんていうんですかね、中に宿っていた日本的な魂みたいなものがちょっと薄れてきて、西洋色が強くなりすぎたところがあったと思ったので、一層大胆に日本色にして日本 100% にしたものもどうだろうということが今回のこのインスピレーション
They wanted to make it 100%
きっかけにはなりまし
Japanese.
た。
そういった流れがあって一気に振っていこうというところが始まっての
そうですね。
今回の F ということなんですが、
そうですね。
その F なんですけれども、今回どの
Where
よ
do
う
you
な
see Silent
立
F
ち位
fitting
置
in?
なんでしょうか。
今回の F に関しては完
It's a
全な
completely
題材になってい
independent
ますので
story. Okay.
今までのシリーズを遊んでない方でも楽しんでいただくことができ
So
ま
it's a
すし、
standalone.
逆に今までのシリーズを遊んできた方でもニヤッとするような要素なんかもあったりしますので、
Okay.
そこはぜひ楽しみにしていただければと考えています。
Easter
竜騎
eggs.
先生によってですね、考察すべき
I'm writing it down, sorry.
日
Something
暮らしのナッコリなんか
for everyone.
の竜騎先生ファンはもうぜひ楽しんでいただけると思いますし、もちろんサイレントヒルファンも楽しんでいただけ
We
る。
haven't seen any samurai monsters yet.
やっぱりこのサイレントヒルらしさっていうものは、
Okay, so it's independent games, kind of standalone, but there's Easter eggs along the way.
部分がきっとあったと思うんです、途中から。でその中でサイレントヒル F は1960年代の日本が舞台となっているんですけれども、そのサイレントヒルを描く上で他にも意識されたことあるんですか。
個別に意識したことというか全体的なことなんですけど、
はい、
これはすでに岡本さんが何度もおっしゃっていることなんですけども、原点回帰であると同時にさまざまなことへの挑戦でもある、一番分かりやすい挑戦がサイレントヒルという街から出た舞台が果たしてサイレントヒルとして成立するのかというところももちろん挑戦です。もちろん作った側のこちらは自信を持ってこれはサイレントヒルですと言えるんですけども、まずそこをサイレントヒルを長いこと楽しんでくれたファンの方々にどう受け取ってもらえるかというのを私たちも皆さんのご審判を見てみたいというところがある。だから作品の中には意図的にこれまでのサイレントヒルらしさを踏襲したところもあれば、これまでのサイレントヒルではあまりしなかった挑戦、分かりやすいところでは日本が舞台ということですよね、といったようにさまざまな要素である種の冒険、なるべくこじんまりとサイレントヒルだから日本を舞台にしてもこれ
That would be
約
dope,
束だよ
Ryan,
ね
as
と
an
いう
unlockable.
そういう
That'd
作
be
り
cool.
方じゃなくってもうちょっと守るべきところはあるんだけど、その一方で
挑戦を忘れないような。
そういうことです。その加減を非常に意識して作った
So they just wanted a balance of old and new.
岡本さん、ズバリその挑戦の自信 ファンの皆さんにバチッと届く自信はいかがでしょうか？
いや、非常に自信を持って送り届けられる作品になったと思ってますので、
はい、
ぜひ楽しみにね、
Yeah, so they're confident in it.
と思います。これから新情報を
It does
出
look
してい
good.
きますので、
はい、
本当に楽しみにしていただければと思います。
ワクワクする情報ありがとうございます。さあその中で作り込みのお話にしていきたいんですけれども、山岡さん、美しさとおぞましさを表現するためにやっぱりここ我々音楽でやっぱりもう身の毛もよだつ瞬間いっぱいあると思います。こだわりのポイントよかったら教えてください。
ゲームの音楽って美しさとおぞましさってあった時に、美しい音楽、おぞましい音楽って作ってもゲームの中ではあまり効果的じゃないというか、僕は思うんですね。ゲームっていうのはその映像があって遊ぶ人がコントローラーを握って音を聞くと、その全部三位一体じゃないですけど、そこが合わさった時にどう感じるかってことなんで、例えばおぞましい時に美しい音楽、なんか綺麗なシーンでおぞましい、まあ音楽でなんかそういう逆もありで、なんかゲームってどこで何を表現するかっていう、そうインタラクティブなものなので、そこは注力したというか、それは僕がずっとゲーム音楽というかゲームのサウンドデザインをやるときにすごく大事にしてるポイントというか、単にいい音楽とか、単に綺麗な音楽とか、怖い音楽を
Beautiful
作るんじゃ
music
な
or
くて、
scary music?
ゲームとしてどこでどうなるんだ、どこでどういうふうにこの音が表現されるかってことを作りながら、
So just how the music kind of works within the world as you're playing.
すごくこう注力したというか、すごく
How effective it will be.
部分ではありますよね。
数多くのサイレントヒルシリーズ音楽手掛けている山岡さんなんですけれども、今回の F だからこそここはこだわったぞ、他と差別化するために自分があえて意識したこと、こちらも教えていただいてよろしいですか？
さっきサイレントヒルらしさみたいな、
はい、
その西洋を舞台に日本の人たちが作るじゃないんですけど、日本人らしさみたいなところのエッセンスっていうのは、逆に言うと海外の人にはちょっと作れないというか、僕ら日本人だから理解できるクリエイティブだったりとか表現方法とかっていうのが思いつくんですよ。
What's up, word?
でそれってなんかある種外国の方から見た時に新しさだったり、
So they wanted to add more of a Japanese layer to it this
新
time
鮮な
around.
感じってあるんですよね。でそれがなんかサイレントヒルらしさの一個のポイントで、
Fatal frame with melee weapon? I don't think it's just that.
和というか日
But
本
we'll
語
see.
が舞台っていうところで、従来本当にサイレントヒルって僕は
I didn't beat Silent Hill 4 yet, but I'm going to be continuing the playthrough next week.
独特というか日
Part
本人
4
らしさという
or
か、
3.
日本のアイデンティティみたいなところはすごくこう一番こう大切にしてきた部分で、それをなんですかね、今回 F の場合はそのなんですか、もう
I mean, it's going to have a lot more Japanese DNA in it. It's made by people that are Japanese. It's, you know, it's taking place in Japan. So
チャレンジもそうですし、もうフルパワーでという。
you wanted to express his Japanese identity as much as possible. There's nothing wrong with that. And in my opinion, it is a fresh approach. I mean, it is for Silent Hill.
というのは一番のポイントになってるのかなと思ってます。
ありがとうございます。じゃあ最後に我々ファンとしてはそのしっかりと抑えている王道というものも大好きだったりします。岡本さん、伝統を継承した点というものがあれば一点教えていただいてもよろしいですか？
伝統を継承した点としては、やはりクリーチャーのデザインといいますか、そこの部分に関しては非常に
70 people in here and only 40 likes. Come on, guys, hit that like button. Yeah, guys, hit that like button. This looks really dope.
非常にその人の心理を
100% Japanese. Yeah, literally.
生み出すのに結構パワーをかけました。
考察はかどる
The Japanese horror is shining
あり
through.
がとうございます。龍吉さん、ちなみにこの伝統、やっぱりこれは入れないとサイレントヒルらしさが失われるんじゃないかな、危惧して入れたよっていう点あったら教えてください。
ね、シナリオライターの立場からするとそれを言うことさえもなんかネタバレになるようで悔しいんですけれど。
Silent Hill, if there is another remake, it'll be by a completely different team. So it's not like they can't work on this
なんていうんですかね、
while F is being worked on by a completely different team. You know what I mean? So don't lose hope.
他の登場人物が投げかけてくる謎めいたセリフが後にこう分かってくる時の感覚が一つのねサイレントヒルらしい楽しみだと思うん
Okay,
です。
so some cryptic messages in here, of course. Stuff you're going to have to figure out as you go along.
意味がわからないけどなんか意味深なこと言われたなと思ったらぜひ心
You
に
might not understand it now, but you'll understand it later.
ワクワク感が広がりそうですね。それで山岡さん。
Yeah, this team is completely separate than them giving Blooper Team the runaround. You know what I mean? I think they're more. I want to say Blooper Team is Polish. I think I might be wrong about that.
サイレントヒルらしさというか、何も意識しないければサイレントヒルらしくなるというか、何も考えないでもう本当に素のニュートラルでいるとサイレントヒルらしくなるので、
はい、
なるのでっていうかなっちゃうので、
山岡さんはもうサイレントヒルなんですね。
なっちゃうなっちゃうので
He's like, I am Silent Hill. I'm the series. He just starts yelling.
考えずにっていうところはというところはなんかふと思いましたね。
Not thinking is part of the process. Well, sometimes you just need to feel and flow, and you just compose from there. You know, everyone has their process of composing sound and music. Okay. So they're wrapping up now.
ここまで様々な情報をお伝えしてきたサイレントヒルトランスミッション。そろそろ終了のお時間が近づいてまいりました。それでは本日のおさらいとして改めてサイレントヒル F についての情報をお伝えいたします。まずは新たなトレーラーが公開となりました。そして本日ウィッシュリストの登録
Okay, so you can add it to your
が
wish
開
list,
始とな
but
っておりま
there's
す。
no release date
対
yet.
象のプラットフォームは
See, like if there was a release date, they would show it right now.
Xbox シリーズ X、S、Steam、Epic Games Store、Microsoft Store となっておりますので、ぜひ各プラットフォ
Correct,
ー
they
ム
are
でウィッシュリ
okay.
スト
Yeah,
登録をお願
Blooper
いい
Team
たし
are
ます。
Polish.
それでは最後に皆様から改めてファンの方々へのメッセージをいただければと思います。龍吉さん、お願いいたします。
はい、本作はさまざまな挑戦にあふれています。サイレントヒルらしさについてさまざまなご意見が出るだろうと思っています。そしてサイレントヒルシリーズの
A meaningful entry in the
重
series.
要なものになるだろ
They
う
are
と思って
confident
いま
about
す
it.
ので、皆さんぜひプレイしていただいてご評価をよろしくお願いできればと思います。
龍吉さん、ありがとうございました。それでは山岡さん、お願いいたします。
サイレントヒルっていう作品の中でも
A lot of
この
firsts.
日本を舞台にしたゲームっていうのは、初めてでもあり、システムであったり世界観だったりすごく見たところですね、新しいの満載なんですけど、サイレントヒルらしさっていうのは損なわず、今までのシリーズのファンの方も十分遊んでもらえますし、これからサイレントヒル F なんだろうと、ホラーゲーム好きなファン、このゲームが気になった人も楽しめる内容になってますので、ぜひ。
But if they said the game is shit, please buy.
山岡さん、ありがとうござ
That'd
い
be
ました。
amazing.
最後に岡本さん、お願いします。
はい、日本を舞台にしているにもかかわらず本作は紛れもなくサイレントヒルらしい作品に仕上がっています。美しさとおぞましさが
Yeah, they are keeping it really close to the chest, though. They're showing the trailer, but they're just trying to really explain it away. They're not showing us gameplay. It would have been nice to see gameplay, but considering there isn't a release date yet, we're probably going to have to wait a little bit longer. Hanako, okay.
今回こうして新しい情報をお届けすることができて嬉しく思っています。まだお伝えできていない情報がたくさんありますので、今後の続報をお待ちいただければと思います。またこのサイレントヒルトランスミッションでは今後も継続してサイレントヒルシリーズの情報を皆さんにお届けしてまいります。こちらも続報を楽しみにしていてください。
皆さんも一緒にこの期待を膨らませていきましょう。それでは本日はご視聴いただき
ありがとうございました。
Okay, so no release date. Let me see if I could do this here. 1 second. Okay, let me just readjust this camera because it's a different fucking angle with this. Okay, let me readjust myself. All right, so that was Silent Hill F. This looks good, guys. I mean, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna be one of these people that, completely dismiss anything new Silent Hill. I know there's people out there that do that, but this takes place in 1960s, in the 1960s in Japan, and Hanako is the, excuse my bad Japanese pronunciation, but That's who we're playing as, and we don't know much about her journey, but apparently she is clearly going through it. Silent Hill, or the other world, is being brought into Japan, and they said they wanted to try something different with this title, you know, and they thought that the Japanese essence was being lost in Silent Hill. So essentially they wanted to kind of implement that a little bit more. And in my opinion, I think this is pretty refreshing. Just to see it in a different setting. And to be honest with you, from the trailer, I mean, it looked really good. I mean, I like the environments. I like how they're trying to mix this whole thing of like beauty and horror and beauty. Like, it's all throughout what they've been saying. Now, this transmission was a lot of chit chat, but I think they're kind of waiting to show us actual gameplay and stuff like that. I'm sure it will be over the shoulder, third person, whatever you want to call it. And I think that, you know, this is a good little pivot in a different direction. Some people might like it. Some people might not like it. But I think it looks promising, man. I mean, even though we didn't see full-on gameplay yet, I think this just kind of giving a, like, refreshed kind of approach. We'll see what happens, you know? Kay saying they better give us a psychedelic samurai head since it's in the 60s. They could. I mean, I feel like there's going to be a lot of stuff that people will enjoy. Apparently, there is Easter eggs in this. They said that this is an independent game out from everything else, so you can jump into Silent Hill F for the first time if you only maybe heard of Silent Hill, maybe you played the 2 remake. They're really trying to get more people in to Silent Hill as much as possible. So even if you don't even like 2 or mess with 2 at all, you could play Silent Hill F as your first Silent Hill game. At least that's their goal, right? So it looks like they're just trying to return. They mentioned this, returning to the origins of Silent Hill. And I think they're just trying to get back in the cycle of having these, you know, sequel games or these like next edition of Silent Hill games, while also bringing in new people, maybe people that, you know, fell off for a long time and now they're getting back into the series and stuff like that. You know, it's different here. They said there's still going to be Easter eggs and stuff like that, but the Japanese horror is all over this trailer. I mean, just from the enemy designs and stuff like that. And not that Japanese horror wasn't ever around. And even they said in this transmission that, like, you know, it was always around, but they thought they were kind of losing that identity as it went along. And I think, in my opinion, this is from more of an outside looking in, but I think especially when you look at Homecoming, Downpour, like the last few like sequel games, they were really losing that essence. Like, let's be honest, they really were. And they, you know, some people might like those games, that's fine. I've played Homecoming, a little bit of Downpour, never finished either of them. But I do think that this is a refreshing step. This is a refreshing tale of like this next direction that they're going in. And I like it. I'm actually really excited about it. And I don't really know when we're going to see gameplay or when we're going to see a release date. I know a lot of people were banking on a release date, but when I saw the screen of like the wish list now thing, they usually do that when they don't have a release date yet. But it's not like it's, I don't know. It's not like it's a complete, like, you know, completely different from what we know of Silent Hill. They're still trying to reel it in a little bit. It still feels like Silent Hill, but obviously this Japanese setting, they only speak Japanese. It's a very Japanese-inspired game made by Japanese people. So I think they really wanted to bring that in. If something like that bothers you, if you prefer the other games, cool. I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but I'm going to check this out. This is, for me, day one. I've been going through Silent Hill, catching up with Silent Hill these last couple of years. You know, I'm streaming the 4th game now. I streamed 1 through 3 the last couple of years as well. Played 2 remake on stream. I'm a fan. I could say I'm a Silent Hill fan. Obviously, you see the channel name, you see the logo above. I'm all Resident Evil, but I have a respect for Silent Hill, and I think this is a refreshing approach for me, and I think for fans. Now, some fans might kind of long for, you know, the more, you know, traditional setting of being, you know, in Silent Hill, right? But as we know, like, they could easily set it in Japan, and this other world versus the fog and the other world, right? You have this division that can really be anywhere, you know? So I think I kind of like what they're doing with this. Now, again, how is the story going to hold up? How is the characters? You know, we'll see. These are things they're trying to kind of keep on the DL, which, you know, it's fine. And, you know, they really try to tell kind of a simple thing of the story. So Shimuzi Hanako was living her life as an ordinary teenager. That is until her town is suddenly shrouded in fog and begins to change in a horrific way. So you have to explore the town, which is no longer recognizable. There's puzzles, there's fighting enemies, trying to survive. So it's like the town you once knew is no longer the town you know, and everything is changing around you. What guilt is connected to this? What character or what thing took everything from her? You know, like you're starting to see her unravel through this trailer. You're starting to see her clothes get torn. You know what I mean? Like she's getting damaged. Like she's going through it. And I like the fact that, you know, we're going to have to wait and see. I don't expect them to lay everything out on the table. They want to be a little cryptic, a little, you know, keep it close to the chest. But I'm really curious to see the, you know, gameplay. I'm curious to see a release date. I don't know if it's going to come out this year. Maybe it will be 2026. But, you know, we'll see what's going on with Silent Hill F. I'm actually really looking forward to this. And to be honest with you, I wasn't really that excited for this because I wasn't really a fan of, like, the little, like, teaser. I mean, not that I wasn't a fan, but, you know, I didn't know what to make of it. I was like, what is this? Like, I know it probably takes place in Japan or an older style of game taking place in the 60s or back, you know, years before any other Silent Hill story takes place. But then I saw this and I gotta say, I got really excited for it. So yeah, I'm gonna turn it to the chat now and we'll see what you guys are saying here. Ghost Inhale saying, what's crazy is that they introduced this game to us before introducing Silent Hill 2 Remake, but I'm glad they didn't cancel the project and are taking their time and taking it serious. Yeah, honestly, like, if you can't rush it and you just want to take your time, I'm fine with that. You know, like, I think Silent Hill 2 Remake, in my opinion, will hold us over for a little bit at this point. There's a lot of content in that game. They better, you know, just keep on it with, like, the consistency and ride the momentum. Still make your remakes. You have a different team doing the remakes. You have a different team doing the Japanese, you know, style Silent Hill F. So there you go. JD says, nice to have something to look forward to. I agree. Ryan Fain is there day one. Looks great. Silent Hill F sounds like a good new starting point. Could be at the beginning of a new spin-off series. It could be. Or just where they're taking the sequel games in a different direction. You know, I'm interested but not convinced because of no gameplay, says Ken Wolf. It looks like Fatal Frame. I mean, it might look like Fatal Frame, but you know it's not going to play like Fatal Frame. You're not going to be sitting there in a camera taking pictures of ghosts and shit. I mean, Fatal Frame is in Japan, right? So, like, clearly there's that inspiration, but it's not like horror games haven't taken place in Japan and the only one has been Fatal Frame. You know what I mean? Like, this is not new to Japanese horror. But it is new for Silent Hill, and I think it's really refreshing for Silent Hill to kind of take on the setting, have a little bit of a difference there. Rookie saying he already got a wish list on PS5. Hope for another Silent Hill transmission later this year, maybe in the summer. Yeah, I mean, it looks like this transmission thing, very much like a Capcom or a Resident Evil event. They're going to keep these things on a more regular basis to keep fans up to date. And the first one we saw was in late 2022, and I think that became of like, we're trying to do this new era of Silent Hill. New sequels, more remakes, stuff like that. Silent Hill 2 Remake is over 2 million copies sold, which is great for a Silent Hill game. And Ken says, I'm open-minded. I'll definitely try it. Yeah, look, I understand if people aren't completely sold yet. I get sometimes you have to see the gameplay. You know, maybe you'll wait a little bit until streamers play it, like myself. Other people play it. Some people do wait to get, you know, to jump right in. I understand $75 after tax is a lot to plop down for a game, especially when only so many people can play and afford so many games throughout the year. You know what I mean? I understand that because, you know, it just is what it is. Like, a lot of these games you buy and you just kind of feel ripped off. You feel a little like, you know, like, oh, I don't know how I feel about that, you know? And I get it. So some people might hesitate until they see more gameplay. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think there's going to be different opinions on this, as far as, some people might be all for the Japanese and all Japanese setting. The Japanese horror really taking an influence of everything. I think this is going to be a different game for a lot of Silent Hill fans, but I think it seems like it's staying in the essence of Silent Hill and trying to do something different. And it's interesting to hear the developers. I do like when the developers talk, though, because even though this was a lot of chit chat, I do agree with that. But they wanted to explain why they're doing certain things, why they're taking certain approaches. And I can't fault them for that, because Capcom does the same thing sometimes, where especially the Japanese developers, they really like to explain why and how they're kind of thinking and trying to project that onto the stream to say, listen, this is what made us take these turns, make these decisions, do things a little bit differently. And to hear that they thought the Japanese essence was kind of being lost and they wanted to kind of reintroduce that, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's literally the origins are from Japan, like the Japanese developers, right? So I think it'll be really cool. And yeah, I hope this does catapult the Silent Hill Redemption arc, as Ken Wolf said in the chat. I do agree. I think riding the momentum is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. And just taking what you really brought people back, like, in with the 2 remake, I think that was a great strategy of, like, let's get 2 remake out first, let people know about F, keep people guessing, and, maybe you have fans that the first time they played a Silent Hill game was with Silent Hill 2 remake, and now they're interested in F, or you have old fans coming back that were completely betrayed by some of the old decisions that Konami was making. So I really want to see that happening. Yeah, Ringu's amazing. Like the Japanese horror cycle of things are, you got Ju-on, like that is always very creepy to me. I always appreciated those films and that style of horror, even the Japanese influenced games and stuff like that. We've obviously seen Japanese horror around Silent Hill and other franchises, obviously Fatal Frame, Siren, stuff like that, right? But I think there's going to be a complete different approach with this from what I'm seeing, and I think this will be very similar to what we know, but also just switching things up a bit, making it a little bit of a refresh, right? So I'm excited, guys. Like, I really am. I think this is going to be a different turn for them, but hopefully, like Ken was saying, a redemption arc. You certainly have a positive outlook on this. I do. I honestly do. And, I've been in contact with a lot of Silent Hill fans, covering Silent Hill lately, and some are good. Some are bad. It's just like Resident Evil fans. You're not going to get every person's going to agree with what you say. Some people are going to say hateful things, but at least everybody here in the chat and everybody in the community that I have, we're all positive for the most part. And, it's not even just about, toxic positivity, because I know that is a thing nowadays that gets thrown around, but it's not just about positivity. It's about being honest too, right? If I see something I didn't like, I'd be honest with you guys and say, you know what? I don't really think this does it for me. I'd be honest with you. I'm a genuine person giving you genuine thoughts and opinions. You guys share the same thing. It's reciprocal, right? And there's nothing wrong with just being honest. Like, if I see gameplay and I'm like, it kind of looks like off or it looks wrong, I'll say it, The Silent Hill 2 trailer, the first trailer, obviously, it looked, little not really sure. And then you see more trailers, and I was positive about it, and I got a lot of heat for it. I got a lot of heat for my review. But again, doing this for 15 years on this channel, reporting on Resident Evil stuff, doing Resident Evil stuff, I have thick skin. I'm not going to let just couple negative comments here and there get to me. So I'm going to just be honest with my thoughts. I'm going to play this day one. I'm going to stream it day one. I'm going to enjoy it. And who knows, man? This might be one of my, top titles of Silent Hill. Obviously, nothing's going to beat, probably 1 through 3 for me. And I'm currently playing 4, so I'm kind of holding my opinion on that. But I'm enjoying 4 right now. I'm actually having a blast with 4. And it's always cool when I can approach some of these Silent Hill games in a blind run capacity, not knowing what's around every corner, not knowing how to solve all the puzzles, right? And we kind of got that with Silent Hill 2 Remake together. We kind of got that, like we were all experiencing a familiar game, but also a completely different style of Silent Hill 2, because it was over the shoulder, third person. there's a lot of parts that were stretched out and extended for better reasons, for better, development and stuff like that. So yeah, Kay saying Ju-on was awesome. Ken Wolf saying Japanese horror is about atmosphere and tension. Western horror is gore and jump scare. It's very true. There's a distinct difference. Joshua says he hopes that it turns out great. Me too. Mark says it looks great. Mark says, I could listen to Japanese people talk for hours. I like the sound of the voices, even if I don't understand a single word. Well, they're very articulate. They're very intelligent and well-spoken. They know how to, get their point across. And I think this was a good time for them to explain it. And Ghost Nail says, horror games sell. I don't know why there is such a lack of it in the past couple of years from AAA studios. Pretty much remakes are holding down the fort. Nice to see some nice to see an entire new horror game to look forward to. Absolutely, Ghost. And that's the thing. Resident Evil is the dominant force in the horror industry as far as sales response. But it's cool to see Silent Hill come back into the fray and really, just kind of stand out and just make a difference, When they said there's more for future Silent Hill, I was like, yeah, they're definitely developing 3 right now at Bloober Team. Well, 3 or 1. I don't know which one they're going to approach, but I think they're doing the right thing, riding the momentum. There's nothing wrong with riding the momentum, right? And that's the right thing to do. We knew they had F in their back pocket. That sounds weird to say, but they had Silent Hill F in their back pocket, and we were just waiting to see more from it. And so, yeah, I mean, that's just, it's cool that we saw something. We didn't get gameplay. It would have been cool if we got some gameplay today, to be honest, but other than that, this was a really great transmission. So I like the fact that they're doing these kind of like check-ins with the fans of like, hey guys, this is what's going on with the 2 remake, with the live action movie, with the next sequel. Like, they're trying to let people know, even if you're excited for one over the other. I think the least exciting thing is the Silent Hill movie that's apparently based off Silent Hill 2. We'll see how that is. But, Silent Hill 3 is a masterpiece of a video game. I would agree. I love Silent Hill 3. That's probably shaping up to be my favorite in the original trilogy, honestly, now that I'm looking back in hindsight. But I'm playing 4 right now, so we'll see how I feel. I'm really enjoying 4 as well. But the fact that I was finally able to play Silent Hill 3, thanks to you guys, all you members and Patreon supporters, not only voted for 3, but you voted for 4 to be played on the channel. So that's some of the perks you get for being a member and a Patreon supporter. And I've been enjoying them. Again, I like going into games not knowing anything about them. And, I've seen some stuff in the past, like watching Silent Hill videos and stuff years ago, but I've retained nothing from it. So I was able to really jump in and experience it for the first time and just have a really good, approach to it. So, yeah, I mean, any other questions or things you guys want to say in the comments? I'll wrap it up in about 5 minutes here. We still got 70 people in here and about 68 likes. If you haven't liked the stream, definitely like it. We have a podcast dropping for members tonight, early access, and then it's dropping tomorrow for public. So if you are a member and Patreon supporter, look out for that. I put up my Resident Evil 5 Memories video today. Today is the 16-year anniversary of Resident Evil 5. Where the fuck did the years go? We would have gotten PT. We wouldn't have gotten PT if it wasn't for Silent Hill 4. Well, it is a part of that history, and Silent Hill 4, I know it's mixed between fans. Some people like it, some people don't like it. I know after that the Team Silent was starting to disband completely right around that time, but I think there's a lot of hopefully rejuvenated energy, if that makes sense, or like heightened energy with Konami, with Silent Hill, where it was PT is RE7, basically. But it's cool to see even Konami excited about Silent Hill, where for years they were just like, all right, PT's canceled, we're going to fuck off and not make actual games, we're going to focus on pachinko machines and mobile. Like, I know Konami, they're really trying to cash in on the remake stuff, and that's fine, just to get their foot back in the door. You got Metal Gear Solid 3, Delta coming out, stuff like that. So yeah, good to see you in the chat. Can't wait for the video tonight and early tomorrow morning. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's been this. I remember seeing when this was announced, and then I completely forgot about it because I've had such a busy ass week, to be honest with you. And then Yeah, it did look like third person in the trailer, where when the camera kind of like spun around, it was behind her, you know. So yeah, that's really cool. But yeah, I almost forgot about this, and then yeah, we're recording Game Complainers last night, and someone's like, "Oh, you're gonna be streaming it?" I think it was Stevie Mac, and I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I forgot about that," because yeah, I gotta like get everything ready and pack and stuff today for a horror convention this weekend that I'm working. That I usually am staff at the Monster Mania convention, so I usually do them. So those are always fun, but yeah, there's always a lot of like, I got to get everything done before I leave, that kind of vibe. So Konami was always the Konami was always the bacon strips logo for me. Nice. Yeah, the bacon strips logo. That's what it is. I feel like RE9 is around the corner now that Monster Hunter is out. On a side note, yeah, no, that's a good point. Now that Monster Hunter doesn't really need any promotion anymore, it's sold 8 million copies in 3 days. I've been playing Monster Hunter. I've actually been really enjoying the new Monster Hunter. I'm usually not into the MMOs like this, but I've gotten into Monster Hunter the last couple of years with the last game, and I'm actually really enjoying this game, to be honest with you. I'm usually not that type of guy that would jump into a game like that, but Capcom, they sent me a code, and, thank you, Capcom, for that. I'm going to probably review it on a little Patreon show, let you guys know my full thoughts on it once I put some more hours into it. I've been trying to put a lot of hours into it. It's been tough with just, content creating and shooting stuff for people and just doing a bunch of stuff to keep myself busy, keep the income flowing, and keep the channel growing, So it's been a good, busy first 3 months of the year, to say the least. But yeah, I think we might get either an RE9 announcement or a remake announcement at some point. It could be in the summer. It could be at another Capcom event, a Resident Evil event. We'll see what happens, but let's not lose faith. I know a lot of people are, they're always saying, where is it? Where is it? I know we'll get it. We just got to be patient, and we'll let Capcom hopefully do what they have to, because, I'm sure they have a couple things up their sleeves. For not only Resident Evil, but maybe a few other IPs. Dino Crisis just renewed the copyright stuff, which they do all the time. I did a video on it, but I don't know. Dino Crisis and Onimusha were high up on that list, and guess what? We saw on the survey list anyway, and we got an Onimusha game coming back and a remaster of 2. So never say never. We'll never know what's going to happen with Capcom. They always seem to surprise us. So, but that's it, guys. So I got to run. I got to do some stuff before I leave tonight. Thank you so much for all the love and support this year. Check out the Resident Evil 5 Memories video that I have out now. And stay tuned for the next episode of the podcast. There's some surprises in the podcast that you don't want to miss. So hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Check out LTRE on all the socials, Discord. The merch is down below. Get yourself a shirt, a hoodie, all that good stuff. And that's it, guys. So much love, and I will return with some Silent Hill 4 next week and some more live streams. So take care, everyone. JD, take care. Nat Clyburn, take care. All you guys, take care. Kay, Kenneth, Ryan, Ghost, Mark, the other Mark. Who else did we got in here? Quentin, Angie, Ryan Fain, JD, I already said JD, Liquid Snake, Jake, Lucius, Angie, all you guys. Rambo, Jeff M, Alyssa, Carlos, Gwen, Brad, King Shadow, all you guys. Thank you so much for coming out, and we'll catch all of you in the next one. Take care.